You're listening to ComposerCast, a show that explores the world of video games and the music that brings them to life. My name's Will Helliwell.
And I am Lloyd Tranter.
So we talk about the games that we've done, and then we do a constructive deconstruction, and we talk a lot about the video game and the music from...
He's pointing at me, that means I need to say Celeste.
Well, I thought it'd be a nice back and forth thing. From Celeste.
And also, we're inside virtual reality, everybody. And in a beautiful skyline, Mirror's Edge-esque world.
I know I'm going to take off my headset after this, and it's going to be all dark and, the real world. Oh. The real world? Oh, what is that?
You're not waving, William. I've been waving for about a year.
Well, you're kind of finger pointing. You're doing your finger pointing wave.
Hey, that's what the cool kids do. Look, you can go okay. Everything's okay.
Everything is okay. I'm okay. I'm good.
Everything's okay. And now for the podcast.
Hi. Right, that took us, an hour to get all this set up?
God, we are hooked up to so many bits of technology, William. I feel like I'm a bloody cyborg.
We've got it working though, and we are talking to each other on the phones. We've gone super retro there.
So should we literally? I'm going to list all the things that I'm hooked up to at the moment, William. Right? I've got you wired directly into my brain via the old school phone technology. Right? Because we're trying to get rid of any lag between us. Oculus was proving that it would give us lots of lag, 2-3 seconds sometimes.
Oh no, Oculus was okay. It was Bigscreen that was giving us the lag.
All right. Someone's to blame.
Don't dump it all on Oculus.
Right. Then I've got in front of me, I've got a microphone set up. That's normal. That is minimum requirement for a podcast. That's there.
Seems to be.
And then that's hooked up to just a MacBook, recording that so that the audio is fine, so that the listeners, you lovely listeners, you guys there, can hear us beautifully, right? And then I've got a big old computer thing doing all of this magic here that you can all see. All of this wonderful magic. Look where we are, William.
We are in a lovely city.
We're in Mirror's Edge. Jump over the edge. Go on. Go on, look for red things. Just look for red things. You can grab them.
Yeah, no. Oh, no, there is one. Bit of red over there. Look.
Where?
Over there.
Oh, yeah. That's what you got to jump to. Go on.
Bit far
from me. Off you pop. It's quite nice here, isn't it? I like it. Soothing.
Swiveling around all the time.
Stressed moving all the time.
Around.
Are we mentioning that I got so bloody... Oh, look, I got some popcorn here. I didn't even want that. Do you want a bit of popcorn, William?
Yeah, all right.
There you go.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, yeah, I can't even be bothered to tell the anecdote of this is the 5th time that maybe we've tried to record this.
I think it's the 4th. I think we were going to try last night as well, but I went, I'm tired. I got hay fever, basically. That was it. The hay fever killed me.
But anyway, let's stop whinging about that, William. We're in a new and virtual environment, aren't we? Look at this place. This is better than the bloody poker app. Well, it's not. Well, it is. Because, check this out, right? Over there, magic happens. Boom.
There we go.
A big black screen. Look at that. Oh. Right, should we jump straight into it, William? Let's get into it.
All right, let's go.
This part of time in games.
Is that all right?
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah?
Spot on.
Spot on.
What have you been playing, Lloyd? What have you been doing with your time?
We've both been playing this beautiful number, haven't we? Here we go.
For the people listening, this is Skater XL.
Oh yeah. It genuinely makes me happy when I hear that beginning of that. You're like, I'm in for some skateboarding now. It's time to skate. Why am I so close to you again?
Can't help yourself.
Let's get away from you. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the skateboarding game, and it's like I've been sceptical about this game. I've put it off because I'm a big fan of the skate genre of games. Skate, the EA big skate ones.
Yep.
And I've always been like, they're never going to be as good as that, but they are. This one's good, isn't it?
This one's got the mechanics down. You want to explain the controls on it?
Yeah. So if you're familiar with the Skate series, it's kind of the same, where you've got the analog stick that flick down and up, except you've got both analog sticks, so it's both feet. So one analog stick's one foot, one analog stick's the other. And look, there's loads of maps on it. One of the big things about this game that I think is important is mod it, and there's a massive modding community online.
I think there has to be, because the actual game itself doesn't have much content in it at the moment. It's got like 2 maps. And, yeah.
The cool thing about it is this is actually a real skate park in London. It used to be called PlayStation, and then Xbox bought it, and then Sony bought it back.
We can't have that name.
I know, right? And then they called it Bay 66, and then Nike bought it, so now it's owned by Nike. But that's cool as well. You know, like you can if you're that way inclined, which we've always claimed that we should become, but we never are. You can make your own parks and put it on there. And yeah, I love that about it, that you can explore people's parks that they've made and stuff. Because Skate never really had that. Yeah. What's your experience with it, William?
Mine is falling off a lot. So when I started it up, it started me off in skating regular. So with your left foot at the front. And so I learned all the controls doing it that way. And then I was like, oh no, I don't want to be regular. I skate like in real life. I'd be goofy. I'm just watching Lloyd fall off quite a bit. And it's quite fun.
Well, this is all the mods. This is me showing you what the mods can do. You know, you've got camera mods, so you can change the colours and stuff, and you can change all the camera angles. All give it like, you know, fisheye and that, which is really cool. It's really customizable. And then obviously you can change the stats, which is a big point as well. So you can change the gravity, so you can make your man ollie really high. But it's good for tweaking. You know, if you like a different play style, if you're like, it's a bit unrealistic, I'm ollieing a bit too high, you can change it so that you ollie a bit more realistic. Yeah, exactly. Or you can, slow your guy down. There you go. I've just turned it all the way up so you can see that you can turn into a silly god.
Into the moon.
Turn it onto Tony Hawk's mode.
Yeah, so for the listeners right now, we are having a look at Lloyd skating in first person, and it's making me feel very sick. But it's really cool.
But I was thinking as well, because it's made in Unity, there's a possibility of modding it for VR.
True, yeah.
Imagine that, playing a skateboarding game in VR. If you felt sick now, William.
Yeah. Or even just watching the replays back in VR would be cool.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I absolutely love this game. I was so sceptical of it, and then I got it, and William, I've put 30 odd hours into it. But there's multiplayer modes.
Yeah, again, that's a mod. But it is, so it's coming out on, I think it's coming out on everything, like Xbox, Switch.
Yeah, it's getting a
PS4.
massive full console release.
Yeah,
on the 1st of July.
Yeah, and the map they've announced is a huge map of LA. And with some like real professional skaters in there. But that's the only kind of content I've seen them release at the moment that just says, hey, we're doing this huge map, here's the skaters, and look, cool real brands and everything. But what I want from it, I want more challenges. I want...
Yeah, you want it to go, look,
follow this
kickflip
line
down this. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be more of a game than just a physics engine, which is fine. It's fun being a physics engine. And, you know, making a cool line, recording it, going through all the camera angles, doing all that, because the replay editor is cool. It's fun doing that, but it just needs more of an actual game so that you can sit down and progress through it, or just, you know, challenge yourself. It's kind of hard to... That's why it needs a good community, which it does have. If you go on the Discord, it's got a massive online community, and everyone there's so helpful, and, you know, it shows you how to mod it properly and stuff. But it needs more. It just needs some challenges, because you can challenge each other in there. Yeah, I don't know. Just a simulator game at the moment. Although it's funny with soundtracks. You think about all the skateboarding games in the past are iconic skate tracks. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Everyone knows that has the best soundtrack of any game ever made.
Sure, yep, I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, it's funny that it doesn't have a skate soundtrack, because it kind of maybe feels lacking, but then maybe that's intentional. I don't know. They'd probably then have to pay for licensing as well, which is
definitely
loads more money.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they want to do on the official release.
Oh, your dog's involved. Can you please murder your dog?
Yeah, I'm going to have to take the headset off and go shut him up.
Unbelievable. This is why I don't have a dog.
Marley, shut up.
Right, William, now we've had that lovely break. Shall I show you the next game I've been playing on, seeing as I'm already queued up on the big old screen?
Yeah, you're ready. You're in there. Oh, a bit.
Right. Well, actually, I'm going to do 2 in 1 here. So this is Windlands 1 and 2. Windlands 1 was kind of a smaller game. Windlands 2, much more of a proper, like, big storyline game. So the idea of Windlands is you're in a cartoony world and you've got grappling hooks and you can just launch yourself about in this beautiful world. I mean, it's very cartoony, but it looks, when you're inside there, it's so vibrant and lovely.
So it's a VR game. You should explain that for the people not watching.
Yeah, it's VR. I forgot Skater XL's not VR, is it? But it's cool. So you've got these are like the gates that you've got to go through. And then once you go through there, you're taken into a bigger world. And then you've got to find crystals. There is a lore to it.
You're swinging around like Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is what the Spider-Man game should have been. They're the checkpoint gates. So obviously you can fall and die. You get taken to the next checkpoint. Not next checkpoint, the one you just went through last. But this is what the Spider-Man game should have been. Swinging around, because it was so poor, that one that was VR. There's these things you got to collect.
Great.
Me and Chloe call them broken biscuits, because that's what they look like. But they make a sound. So you know when they're near, because you hear this sound and you're like, oh my god, where the hell is that stupid broken biscuit? And then you're looking around like some sort of like weird baker on a vengeance mission for the broken biscuits to try and fix them. I don't know what the character does with them. He might eat them. Who knows? What's another cool thing is, you know, when you grapple things and you can pull yourself to kind of like give yourself a different trajectory.
Yeah.
Look how high up you are in it. It's really satisfying to just climb up somewhere and then look down and be like, whoa. Here we go, this is Windlands 2 now. So Windlands 2, slightly different cartoony style, bit rounder, a bit more Nintendo looking.
Oh yeah.
Look at this nutcase. Unbelievable. But yeah, with this one, there's a bit more, the physics feels a bit better. Pulling yourself really does pull yourself a bit further, but they've also added another feature in this one, which is the bow and arrow.
Oh.
So you've actually got to fight things. And my God, flying about in the air, you know, and then grappling again, you feel like a ninja.
That's
it's
pretty
so
cool.
good.
So you got to like pull yourself along, then while you're falling, shoot stuff.
Yeah. And,
or land somewhere and shoot like you're doing right now.
Yeah. You know, you got to... And then I think the lore of this one is, you know, there's just like these robots that are taking over and, oh, we don't want the robots there.
No, you don't want robots in this pretty land.
You can hang from things as well, so you don't have to shoot from the air. You can hang from the treetop and then shoot from hanging. It's just a very satisfying game, and yeah, there you go. This is me, bow and arrow in a bit. I'd highly recommend this game just for the feeling that it gives you. And it's quite long, and you know there's collectibles, so it's got that replayability. Music's alright as well, you can hear. It's a bit sort of like Zelda-y, sounds like Gerudo Valley. Windlands 2.
Windlands 2, nice. I like it.
Well, they're the two games that I've played, William. Are you going to show me yours now? Go on. Chuck it up on the big screen. While you're doing that, while you're faffing about, William, I'm going to tell the listener, right? This app's really cool as well because you can watch 3D films in it. And I've always thought 3D at the cinema, what a gimmick. What an annoying gimmick as well. It kind of takes you out of the film. But in VR, the 3D just fits. You forget that it's 3D and it's just really part of the immersion of it. We watched SpongeBob. Well, I did. You fell asleep.
Yeah, well, we tried to watch it. The idea is you're meant to be able to watch it in the same room, like in big screen, like
we are now.
There. Yeah, that was working. But I think it could have been because I was streaming it off of the web and then having to stream it. It goes into big screen, then trying to stream it to Lloyd. Like, there was a lot of streaming going on. And I think it just quality wasn't good enough to watch.
I whinged, didn't I? I gave it a big whinge. I went, William, I cannot handle this. I'm looking for 3D Blu-ray quality.
And I went, oh, no, this is also shit when you tried to host it. So we did try both ways.
I think maybe it's just because we were trying to watch a 3D film. Maybe if we watch, like, you know, Red Dwarf or something, the quality doesn't necessarily need to be that high.
Yeah.
So I think, Or maybe if you had the file downloaded, because we were doing a bit of naughty, keep it on the slime money, and we were doing a bit of naughty and streaming it from a website, weren't we? So maybe that might have affected it.
Yeah, I think it was the fact we're streaming. If we downloaded and was just streaming it from our PC, I think that would help.
The other thing we could do, of course, William, is pay for it legally, which Bigscreen do offer. They do offer that, but we will say it's not available in our region. We can't do it.
No, but so you don't have to use Bigscreen to buy the stuff. So Bigscreen is just it can just show what's on your desktop and stream that to the big screen in the world. So like we are doing here. So if you then purchase it in another place and you want to play it on your desktop, you could then watch it in Bigscreen. And sitting in the cinema was amazing. The lighting is so good. So what's happening on the screen, the cinema, all the lights dimmed. We spent quite a while going, look at the lights, they're going dim. Whoa! That was cool. I like that.
I think we should, at the end of the episode, we should take the listener there.
Yeah, rather than just talk about it, we'll take them there.
Come with us.
Definitely. Right, so my time in games hasn't actually been playing many games. It was more setting stuff up. And what I've been setting up is the RetroPie along with Steam Link. So I don't know if you've heard of Steam Link. Lloyd, you have, because we've tried to record this episode already.
Because we've recorded this 18 times, yes. I know about Steam Link.
Yep.
Yes, very professionally, yes.
But Steam Link is... you have stuff running, you have games running in Steam on your PC. And what you can do is then... You can stream them. You can stream them.
You can coax it
to another device, and that device.
You can lead a stream to water, William, but can you make it pixelate? I don't know what I meant. I'm sorry. I've said things. Go on.
So you can stream it to another device, and that device can be. You're getting very close to me, Lloyd.
I know, it's good. I'm just getting a little closer every time.
So that device can be. Get out of the camera. You are right in front of it.
There you go. Done.
Oh, right, that device, I'll try and say this one more time. That device can be a Raspberry Pi, which is amazing.
Oh,
it can also be...
And you've got one, haven't you?
And I've got one. It can also be an iPhone or an iPad, which I have those as well. And yeah, if you just download the Steam Link app... While I'm talking about it, let me play it on there. So you'll be able to see what's going on.
Play it on there. That was the idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, I turned the sound off. So this guy is currently streaming it to his Apple TV. But it doesn't have to be to an Apple TV. So there he's got it streaming.
What controller is that? Oh, is that the Steam controller?
That is a Steam controller, yeah. But there, you see he's streaming it to his iPhone. So you can play any game. And I use a PS4 controller on the iPhone and on the iPad. It connects straight away. Bluetooth, turn it on, connect, boom, done. It works perfectly. So you can sit there with the iPad. Your PC's on upstairs. And you can be downstairs playing whatever you want.
That's very cool.
It is very cool, and you can play games in bed. Like if you got one of them controllers where the phone slots into like the top, and you can sit there with it, then it's like a little handheld thing.
That's really cool.
Because it's running on Steam, you can then tell it to turn off the whole PC, so it doesn't have to just turn off Steam like Bigscreen or whatever. It turns off the whole PC. So when you're done, you go boop off, and you're done.
Can you turn the PC on via it?
No, you'd have to have something else set
up. So I've got to get up in the morning to turn the PC on to then get back into bed to play games?
Yes.
Not interested.
No, but...
No, I am. Really I am very interested. I'll tell you what, because what's funny is I've been... So, I don't know whether you'd get this. Every now and then I'll be like, you know what, I'm just kind of in the mood to just play sort of like a shitty phone game. Do you know what I mean? Just one where you're like, yeah, I've got to press that button and wait 5 minutes and then I can press some more buttons.
No, never in that mood. I hate those games. What are you talking about?
Right. All right, I am, right? Sometimes I'm just in the mood to do like, you know, Adventure Capitalist or something, right? But then, recently, that scratch has not been itched, William, by those games. Right, that itch has not been scratched, actually. I said it the wrong way around.
Scratches, yeah. You don't itch scratch an itch. You scratch an itch. You don't itch a scratch.
You can itch an itch, though, can't you? I'm itching, and then I can itch it.
You can't itch an itch. No, you can.
No, yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Well, anyway.
Scratch an itch.
So I've been looking for kind of like, you know, £3 games on Steam that are all right? And I've been playing Turmoil, which was really cool, and it cost me like £1, and Polybridge as well, which is quite cool. It's just like a little engineering game. And what you're telling me is I can play those in bed. I'm going to try it later.
Yes, I believe so. All you have to do is download the Steam Link app.
I can't do that.
Why?
because I'm just trying to whinge. Go on, yeah, I can do that. Go on.
Yeah, all you have to do is download the app, and then it just streams to your computer. It's brilliant.
All right. Nice. I'll do it. Well, what have you playing? Anything else? You got any more examples of games you've played?
We were playing. What were we playing? Shooty gun game. Come on, bang bang, shooty.
Pavlov.
We were playing Pavlov. Shooty
Shooty
Pavlov.
gun game. Bang bang shooty.
We were playing shooty Pavlov, and in that you can, when you die, you can like drag the map out so everything becomes really really small. Like how do you describe it? It's like
a doll's house game. Yeah. It's like looking at loads of models, and it's like it's really satisfying to just kind of be like, that's my mate, and it's really cool. But tell you what, I reckon we should talk about that next week, because I'd like to show people footage of that because it looks really cool. Am I coming closer again?
No, I just wanted to give you a high five. Oh, look, little
nice.
emojis come out. That's amazing. This is like high five in real life.
Why are we retarded? There you go.
Follow the elbow, Lloyd. Follow the... I don't have an elbow.
Can I slap your face? It'd be good if that happened every time I slap your face.
I hit the microphone again.
Oh, you silly Billy.
So that's what I've been playing.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. What? Can you tell me...
What is this?
What this is?
Oh... Well, first of all, it's a tape, but then it's got a little orange bit on it.
Ignore the orange bit. Oh. I'll tell you what it is. You have to tell me what it's for. Right, okay. So this is a Kanye West album, Yeezy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not old, it's newer.
Okay.
I don't know when Yeezy came out. I don't like Kanye West. But this was released for a particular market. What market was it released for? Is it obviously Yeezy came out well after cassette tapes were dead and gone.
Yeah. Right. When you say particular market, do you just mean like idiots, or do you mean like a country?
No, I mean more than that. It's a place.
It's a I don't know. The people in... I don't know where he's from, actually. Where is he from? Philadelphia, Chicago? I don't know where.
People in prison.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's actually a market for cassettes in prison. And there's lots of boundaries that the provisions that the cassettes have to meet. They can't be in an opaque case. They have to be in a clear case, because obviously you could sneak things into it.
Get stuff in, yep.
Yep. Can't have any screws holding the case together. Everything has to be glued.
Right.
And that's why this is released like this, so it could be sold in prisons, and it worked.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And they have clear special technology, so clear cassette players, clear TVs, clear, all this stuff. And the reason cassettes are sold and used is because CDs are considered too dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And think about MP3s require too much computer maintenance. So you can't and also you can't trade MP3s, can you?
No, you could trade the player, but they're all going to be the same, and yeah.
Yeah, so there's a market still for cassettes in prisons, and that's why this was specifically designed and released like this. I just thought that was fucking interesting. I had no idea that there'd be a market for something that,
Yeah, I wonder if other people have done that as well.
Yeah, it's annoying that it's Kanye West that's kind of done that, because you're like, well, I don't like Kanye West, but it's quite a clever idea. But there you go. There's a little tidbit. I learned that, by the way. Let's cite my sources. Tech Moans on YouTube. He's a new YouTuber I've been getting into. He's like an English guy who kind of reviews, older sort of technologies, like LGR does.
I don't know LGR either.
You need to know LGR.
I'm not up to date with the YouTubers.
William, it's time for our deep dive.
And what game are we deep diving into?
Celeste. We're doing Celeste, aren't
we? We are doing Celeste. Right. Amazing game. Fucking annoying.
Hard. I blame Celeste on the reason we didn't record the podcasts.
You did blame... Yeah, that was the first... You can't blame Celeste on all the times.
Oh, I can. I played it every time.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's very hard. Should we get a bit of gameplay on the screen? I just realised I've got some lovely stuff that I recorded of me playing Celeste. Contrast to Towerfall, this game is kind of like not as fast paced, and I think the intro kind of shows you that, because it's all really like when you turn on Towerfall, it's the loudest thing in the world. You have to go, Jesus Christ! You're like, whoa! Turn the volume down straight away. Whereas this one, look,
just got wind.
Yeah, and then you got that beautiful like piano stuff coming there. There you go, 450 deaths.
Times you've died.
I started a new one just to kind of show you the intro and kind of get you into the game. I like this bit as well. This is it, Bont's top. Oh, just breathe, because I'm there, gripping the controller, ready. And then it comes, why are you so nervous? How's it know I'm nervous, William?
Because it set you up. I think it set you up with the music and the feeling and everything.
Me.
Yeah,
it took me for a lemon. That's how hard this game is.
We've just seen Lloyd die on the second jump.
It kind of turns into a platformer game. We haven't even told people what the game's like. So it's just but it's a platformer game that uses, you've got double jump. The colour of the hat changes when you've got your jump charged and not charged. And then you've got to just make your way up a mountain without dying. Or dying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times.
So, right, the game was released in 2018, and it was originally created as a prototype, and it was made in just 4 days in a game jam. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know how many levels, how much they actually did in those 4 days, but it must have been good enough because it caught on. People liked it.
I was just thinking this bit's so bloody hard.
This is all spoiler alert for me. I haven't got this far yet.
No. There's even more spoilers. I think it does that thing that I like with platformers, is every level it adds a new thing for you to have to think about. So this level adds wind, and then that previous level added like possibly platforms that can fall away and stuff like that.
This level's got bubbles in.
I think that really keeps it interesting. I think I'd actually liken this game to sort of like Rayman Legends in that sort of way of like it's about precise control inputs.
Yeah, and it's super precise. So if you try and play this with an analog stick, you're not gonna have a happy time. Right, what have we said then? So released in 2018, it was a prototype. It's made by Matt Thornton and Noel Berry of Matt Makes Games is the company.
Noel's getting a bit of a tough deal with that name, isn't he?
Noel Berry, why is that?
Well, Matt Makes Games. He's not getting a look in at all.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't mind. Maybe Matt was there first. Maybe it's only fair. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs, do I? But that's who it's developed by. So yeah, made as made in 4 days in a game jam. So we should say the plot a little bit. So it's following the main character called is it Madeline or Madeline, however you want to say it. And basically she's trying to what?
Bont's Top. It's called Bont's Top.
Bont's Top. Okay. Yeah, what was that Bont's Top thing at the beginning?
That's just the name I decided to give her. I have no idea why.
Oh right, fair enough.
Yeah, I was put under pressure by myself.
So yeah, she's trying to. I think the whole thing. She's trying to overcome her own anxieties, and she decides to take on this big task of climbing Celeste Mountain. Hence the name of the game.
Yeah,
it's I wouldn't be climbing a mountain. It's not something.
That's because you're a weak boy, William.
Yeah, it's a bit cold.
You're never going to get over your anxieties, are you?
Maybe I don't want to. But she does want to. That's the main thing. She wants to, and she sets herself a goal. She says, I'm going to climb this mountain. I'm going to go up there. But I've got to the bit, which I'm just about to explain, where she's chased by her own reflection.
Yes.
A reflection of herself. It's not her own reflection, I suppose. It's like a evil version of herself. Or
from a mirror.
Yeah, a mirror breaks, and basically you have to run away from yourself. But the clever mechanic is everything that you do in the game, so every jump that you make, your evil mirror self, as you can see on the screen right now, if you're watching, is doing exactly what you just did. So you're
not allowed to come into contact with them.
Yeah, if you touch them, you're dead. So I thought that was a really clever thing.
Yeah. Those green orbs you can pick up, restart your double jump as well. It's just that those things that you can pick up are tokens to open a door, so you have to get each token to then open the door. It's good. It adds mechanics to keep the game interesting. And as you said, didn't you say they spent a long time trying to get the jump and the zip precise movements? They needed to be a length of time, and it shows with.
I think there's YouTube videos all about like exactly how they've done it and why it's so perfect and why like you compare it to other games. Like, why is it so perfect? They must have tweaked it so many times just to get that. And I think that's why it is a favourite of speedrunners as well, because you really have to get it spot on. Yeah.
Yeah, so should we talk a bit about Lana? Lena? Oh no, I've done it, William. I've pronounced someone's name wrong again.
That's it. Richard's on to you now. That's it.
Oh, Christ. Come on there, Rich.
Lena.
Come on.
Her name
Richard.
is Lena Raine is the composer.
Rochard, come on. Yeah. She's an award-winning and BAFTA-nominated composer.
So
Most known well, William, for her work on this game, this very lovely game here, and Guild Wars, which is Guild Wars 2, which is another massive nerd game I've not played, William.
It is a massive nerd game. Guild Wars 2 is like World of Warcraft. Basically, it's that sort of MMORPG. Yeah, so the music that she's written, it's like a mix between heavy synths, ambient pads, and airy, not hairy. This is what I said last time. Airy pianos.
Well, she's I think she's predominantly a piano player, isn't she? Because she makes a lot of music, obviously outside game music, and she turns a lot of that into acoustic piano versions of things. Look, I've got a note here, William. She composed her first album on a Yamaha PSR 620.
No, that's a good note to have. Nice.
Do you know why that's a good note to have?
Why is that?
Because I think if I looked up what a Yamaha PSR 620 is, right, and it's one of those things that's a keyboard, but it's also got loads of it's got like a 4-track in it, and it's got loads of recording and looping sort of things in it, where you could record a melody line, a bass line and stuff, and then loop it within the Yamaha. Yeah. And I feel like that probably influenced how she composed music at the beginning. With that sort of like looping hardware stuff. And obviously a keyboard.
Yeah. She went to the Seattle School of Arts, didn't she? And she took classical music and jazz music courses.
Classic mix.
Classical and jazz, like the two most difficult kinds of music you could really think of, apart from, mathcore.
Boom.
Yeah.
Which basically steals everything from jazz anyway.
Yeah, and just whack some distortion on. And I'm being really dismissive about everything at the moment. I'm just like, put some distortion on that. Games are just things with controllers, aren't they? What are you doing?
I like it.
Right, I'll try and be more enthusiastic. Games? Fucking love games, I do. Mathcore? Yeah.
Mathcore's the best, mate.
I appreciate it.
Love it. Animals as leaders. Have a little listen to them. Physical education. What a song. Anyway, that's for a different time.
Right, what have I got about her? She started playing around with music at a super young age. So her dad was a composer, and they had a reel-to-reel studio in their home. Yeah, in their home. Like now, it's standard, isn't it? You have a studio in your home. Like what we're doing here is studio.
It's basically a studio in a home. Yeah.
Yeah. But her dad had a reel-to-reel studio in the
That's
home,
real,
and she
mate.
was allowed to use it. That is real.
That's real. Too real. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you next week. Okay, I'm off now.
So I think that would have been really cool growing up to be able to use that, and you get all that experience. Like, oh, this is how music is done. Like in a studio, this is how you do it. This is how the professionals do it.
With tape and scissors.
Right. What else have we got? So, okay,
I've got some stuff.
Oh, you go.
Notes. All right. She wrote an album. Using the Famicom sound chip, using a free open source application called PX Tone. And I thought we could give a go at composing a track on it, because it sounds like it's a tracker. Well, it's using a Famicom sound chip, so that would have used a tracker, right, back in the day.
I would assume so, yeah.
Trackers are fucking horrible things. I hate them, William, right? It's like trying to make a song on a calculator. This PX Tone uses a piano roll, which is how I like making music. I like visualizing music on a piano roll, it makes sense to me. Left to right, not down, up, down, left, right. Fucking hell, left to right. With your, you've got then it's like a graph. I much prefer it.
Yeah, that's
so. Should we download that? It's free, open source. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Remind me at the end of the episode because I will obviously.
I shouldn't have to remind you, William. I'm joking. I'll remind you. Don't write it down.
I wasn't. I was going to say, Alexa, remind me to download the app that Lloyd's talking about in 2 hours.
And I've got a small Willy. Alexa, remind me I've got a small Willy. Alexa.
In 2 hours.
It can't hear you, can it? Can't hear me, sorry.
She's going to remind me in 2 hours. It's done.
Oh, that's good.
But I can remember the name of the app that you told me to download.
PX Tone. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. She'll remind me. I'll message you and say, Lloyd, what's this about? And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so...
we could do that. And listeners and viewers, if they want to download it as well.
Give it a go. Send us a song.
Send us a song. We'll play it on here.
Lovely. Yeah, I've got another thing I remembered as well. I hope this isn't too disjointed, but listen to this, right? So, right, I'm playing through the game. Love it. Love the game. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't want to do that yet. No, shut up. Stop. Here, watch this, William.
What are we looking at? Oh, nice.
That's cool, isn't it? When you go underwater, sounds like you go underwater.
Yeah.
I love that.
So the sound is coming... The sound... That's really cool. So the music... This is kind of something that the composer said, is that the music's basically reflecting the character's journey, rather than it just being something to kind of push the narrative along. It's reflecting what she's feeling inside. So if she goes underwater... Yeah. If she goes underwater, that makes sense that the music is all underwater. Cool. Oh, right. I wanted to talk about her career a little bit, like how she got started.
Go on then.
So she got a QA job for the game developer AreaNet, and they are the people who make Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
got
company
a foot in the door?
She got a foot in the door, yeah, doing QA. And the company was working on some new music. So you know how they do like holiday stuff in those kind of games, like keep people, they come back and say, it's Easter, it's Christmas, so we'll give you some new stuff. They wanted to do new music in it as well, because it's the holiday season, they need some music in there. So I don't know whether she just thought she would like go, here you go, I've got some music, or whether they had like a thing in the office saying, hey, anyone, got some music here, put it in, let's see if we do it. But either way, she put forward some orchestral arrangements and the team were impressed. And they were so impressed that she ended up having the music in the game and being listed as a co-composer.
That's awesome.
So that is a pretty
cool
start.
So you need to become a QA tester, William. That's what you need to do.
Possibly, or I just need to keep making music, find a cool team.
Do you know what you should do, William?
Yeah, what?
You should get a Twitter account.
I should get a Twitter account.
Someone's told me, I can't remember who it was, some mug told me that getting a Twitter account probably would really, really help you.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I should probably buy it. That's you, Lloyd. You need to get a Twitter account.
Oh, no! Yeah, I should do that. Possibly. Maybe. Anyway.
Yeah, so she got this QA job. She put some music forwards and they went, we like that. And they got in the game. And then in 2016, she had a change from doing orchestral music and she made some lo-fi synth stuff under the name Raine.
Raine, and her surname is Raine, although I don't think that's her original surname. No one's that cool, but
she might be.
Yeah, the Raine stuff is. I thought it was like it felt like she was making orchestral stuff, and then the Raine stuff is more like electronic based music, and like I don't know, more sort of like chilled hip hop stuff, and
yeah, lo-fi synth, lo-fi hip hop, that kind of. All the stuff I've been listening to at the moment, I found it's the best stuff to listen to while I'm working.
Yeah. It's called, people call the genre study music.
Yeah, but I don't like that, because study music could be anything. You'd be listening to some relaxing classical stuff, like anything can go into study music.
All right. Well,
so I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm in like
jeez, you don't like anything. Mood. We already know that you don't like music, William, so it's no surprise that you're not into study music.
Study music. I just don't like the name.
Is it because you're listening to it in your living room and not the study?
Exactly. There you go. You've got it.
I want to be in the garden.
I do like being... Why do you make fun of me for wanting to be in the garden? It's
because you see it as the height of luxury.
I think it's because I spent 5 years of living in a tiny little flat, and so now we've got a garden, and I'm like, brilliant, I can go outside, and it's still a nice thing for me.
I'm going to come round your house one day. You're going to have a tea towel on your head with the corners all rolled up, with your feet in a bowl of hot water, eating mash and pie.
In the garden? I better be in the garden while I'm doing this.
Yeah, why? Yeah, you're in the garden on a deck chair.
Brilliant.
You're the oldest 30-year-old I know.
I'm 31, actually.
Oh, me too, sir.
Sorry. Yay. It's all right though. Anyway, back to the game and to the music and to Lena, to Miss Raine. So yeah, she started making this stuff under the name Curaine, and Matt and Noel, the developers of Celeste, they ended up hearing this music, just hearing it online. I don't know if someone sent it to them or they just found it.
They heard it. They opened up Internet Explorer. It just started pouring out of it.
Just came through the sound waves, just went woo, into their ears, and yeah. And they loved it, and they reached out to her and said, "Hey, do you want to join our team and make music for this new game that would basically become Celeste?" So they had this little, game jam demo thing, and they went, "We want to make this into a full game." They heard her music and was like, "Perfect, we want that. Join the team." And there you go. That's how it started.
And then she's never looked back. She's won bare awards, mate. It's awesome. I mean, this game in particular won awards. I thought some of her Curaine stuff, I think I've mentioned him on the podcast before, he's called Ronald Jenkins. He's kind of like someone who he got famous for YouTube. Some of her stuff reminded me of his stuff as well. He's kind of like a keyboard-based musician, composer.
Yeah. Well, I think the stuff she was making at the beginning was a bit more upbeat and chiptune. So like you hear at the very, very beginning of the game, it's pretty upbeat. Yeah.
I think it sounded a lot like most of that standard JRPG soundtrack stuff. Yeah. It's like arpeggios going everywhere, and the melody line is like 100 notes.
Yeah. But then the game, it started developing into like this more emotional journey. So just having like RP chiptuney stuff all over the place wasn't going to work for the whole thing. So she said that she started introducing piano lines, and she said primarily as a sort of metaphor for the snow falling and that very icy kind of vibe to it. So that's what this piano...
And the wind, and that sort of like, that atmosphere of loneliness.
Yeah. And then through that process, she discovered that the piano is a pretty integral part of the sound for the game now. So
piano is the most depressing instrument, William. You should know that by now. Depressing.
The most depressing instrument?
The piano, life's misery box. That's what it is.
Doesn't have to... No.
Name a more depressing instrument right now. Go on, I'm listening, come on.
The cello.
Yeah, right, you got me there.
But then I guess you'd need a
hurdy-gurdy.
few cellos. The hurdy-gurdy, that's not depressing, that's just good fun. You got a bloke sitting there whining stuff round. It's brilliant. The other little bit I got to say is she slowed down the tempo from her original music that she had. So she had
what was it, 240 BPM?
Oh yeah, super fast stuff. And then obviously I don't know what tempo it was, but she said that she slowed it down to kind of make it more emotional. And she wanted to give it the game more space to breathe, was her quote.
Oh, very good.
But yeah, she still needed something to ground the music in Madeline's journey, because it's a very human experience. So that's when, as well, that's why the piano became so integral, because it's so expressive, and you've got the entire you've got all the notes. You've got all the notes, all of them, Lloyd.
Everyone, all the chromatic scale, apart from microtonal music, William.
Yeah. So she turned to the piano. That was the thing.
Cool.
I've got a little bit of trivia before we look at it
Go
a
on.
bit more.
Go on. Science. I pick science. Don't like history.
So Madeline, she does have voice lines in the game, like actual speaking, but they're hidden.
Oh.
So they're in the track, and it's called "In the Mirror," and they're performed by Raine herself. It's her voice doing it.
Have you got an example?
Yeah, I think I've got it the right way round. Basically, they're reversed in the game, so you have to play the track backwards to be able to hear her talking.
Okay. This is a bit too much of an Easter egg for me, William.
So I'll get it up on the screen in a moment, then we can play.
Sometimes I don't really know what's going on anymore.
So she says, sometimes
That sounds
I don't
like
really
the
know what's going
Matrix.
on anymore.
No, I know. Call Neo.
I don't
So there you go.
So what, this
So
is
that
the
is-
song backwards?
That's the song backwards, yeah.
What does it sound like forwards?
I'd have to go look it up forwards, I can't be bothered.
Oh, of course you would.
But I thought that was a
don't-
cool little Easter egg.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, was that posted on like a forum or something?
Yeah, maybe, but it's just something someone found out and they popped it up on YouTube. They reversed the track. I mean, when you listen to the track forwards, you can hear it's like, you can hear this backwards speaking.
Yeah.
So I think someone straight away would have gone, oh, all right, well, let's try reversing that, and then found it.
I like listening to songs backwards.
But
Missy
yeah, I thought
Elliott.
that was really cool. So she's
That is
basically
really cool.
she's
And
basically
I like the
revealing-
idea that it's in the mirror as well. Do you know what I mean? It's the reason that it's backwards is because you're looking at your mirror self, so the mirror self would be
Exactly.
reversed. That's very
and the mirror
clever.
self is all her anxieties and depression and everything. So the whole thing is about her condition and how she's scared by the thought processes resulting from her anxiety. It's all of that stuff all bundled into this one thing. It's cool.
Crazy. I remembered my favourite bit of go away. My favourite bit of music actually on the whole game. It's such a small bit, but it's when you complete a chapter, it comes up with this beautiful like resolve. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to this resolve. It's beautiful, William. And this happens at the end of every chapter. Oh, that final chord. Do you know what they are?
Yeah, and then it just lasts for a long time as well. And what's interesting about that is it's just piano.
Yes.
Like they've taken away all the chiptuney synth stuff.
It's a nice, relaxing, like, oh, you may have died 1,000,000 times, but you've completed this chapter now.
Well done.
Now you can forget about it until you want to speedrun the game. Is that it? Are we done? Or we're gonna look at Resurrection, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to have a look at Resurrection in particular. So this information that I got is all from a Medium post, which she wrote herself. Which Raine
Straight
wrote.
from the horse's mouth. Sorry, Raine. Didn't mean...
But it's really cool. I wish more composers did this. She went through... So she's gone through and she's broken down how she made the sounds.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Like, lots of composers, it's all shrouded in mystery and, they've recorded their own things and they went to their fridge and they tapped a glass and recorded that because it had some ice on it and all of that stuff.
Fed it through the reverb of a crab dying.
Yeah, But she...
The Mighty Boosh quote.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I'm cool and I know about the Mighty Boosh. It's the only reason I wanted to say that out loud.
I'm sorry I didn't... I like the quote. It's a good quote. I got that.
But you're not cool enough to know the Mighty Boosh, William. We all know this.
I know of it. I've watched it. I've seen the things.
It's good.
Yeah. So she went through and she basically broke down how she made a bunch of the sounds. So what she's got on here, she has broken down how she made the...
Should we ever listen to
sound.
Should we ever listen to the song first, or should we listen to each individual bit and then listen to it together?
Let's do each individual bit, mainly because I've got it on the screen and that's much easier. Actually, I'm just thinking about myself. I should think about the listeners. I've got a little 30-second clip of the actual song right here, so I could just listen to that.
All right. Well, I was just thinking it might be more interesting to listen to the individual bits and then listen to the whole song.
All right, let's do that.
Here's the ingredients for the meal, and then trying the meal. You don't eat the tomatoes separately. Have some pine nuts, maybe some cilantro. Yeah, American
Lloyd,
word
you
for
haven't seen
coriander.
me eating, have you? You haven't seen me eating.
Are you one of those weirdos who buys a sandwich and then eats individual bit and then bites the crust off and then has the... Oh, God.
No, it was a joke, Lloyd. I'm not like that. I just I gobble it all up. It's fine. Right, so what she's done here...
You can't keep a sandwich out of your face, can you? Go on then.
What she's done here is she's broken down how she's made the arpeggio sound, the bass sound, and the lead sound. And she's put these up on SoundCloud, which is really cool for everyone to hear. So I'm thinking, because it's going to be quite difficult for me to start and stop it. I don't know. Basically,
Is it you just got to press play, William? It's quite a basic...
All right, let's do this. So she's broken it down. So this is how she makes the arpeggio sound. So for the first bit, you're going to hear there's like these 4 little sections here. This is the first little section. So the first sound you hear in Resurrections is a rising arpeggio, and the synth patch uses 3 different oscillators. So the first one's pretty simple. It's a sawtooth wave, and it's got its intensity cranked all the way down to 0 to kind of soften it up. So So if I play that on here, this will be the first bit.
Okay.
There you go. So that was the first bit. So I think she's using, I should say, she's using the software synth Massive by Native Instruments.
Yeah. Everyone loves Massive, don't they?
They do, yeah. So if you got Massive, then she's kind of walking you through how to make the sounds here. So the second oscillator, so it's like I said, it's got 3 different oscillators all put together. So the second oscillator is a square wave, also with the intensity cranked down. So it's going to sound a little bit different. Instead of a sawtooth, you've got a square.
That starts off... The tempo of that one started off slow and then got quicker, or was that just...
I think it's probably just a lag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So that was that bit. And then the third oscillator, the final one, is a sine wave, and it's up an octave to basically fill out the sound.
Okay. And that's to kind of just fill the spectrum of
that's to get them all kind of together.
And they're all the same chords that are being used. So each 4 ones would be... She's not playing about with like harmonies or anything at the moment.
I don't think so. There may be a bit of harmony in there. We're going to hear them all played together. So I'm going to play 4, 5, and 6. Like, I'm just going to let it play. So all 3 sounds in the one we're about to hear, all 3 sounds are layered together, which gives a nice full sound compared to each of them played individually. Then you're going to hear the reverb being added on, and then you'll hear the delay being added on. So
so it's clean,
delay is
reverb, delay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And then once it's done, I'll just talk about the delay quickly.
So that's all 3 of those sounds compiled together at once?
That's all 3 together, yeah.
It's funny because it doesn't sound like it, does it? It still sounds like one synth line.
Yeah. Now you got the crazy reverb.
Yeah.
Now you get the feel of the game.
And it also fills in the gaps between, doesn't it? Obviously, but like, you know, it doesn't feel as empty.
Yeah. Yeah, it is empty still because it's like massive reverb. Now you've got the delay.
It's also adding a tempo to it.
Now you got the tempo.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the delay is really interesting because, as you can hear, each arpeggio overlaps with like the next sound that's coming on. So she knew she was going to use delay, so she wrote it so that nothing would clash. She wouldn't use like a weird note in that previous arpeggio.
Yeah, you have to keep to the scale. Yeah.
So and that's how she built up her arpeggio sound. So it's 3 oscillators, reverb, and delay.
Nice.
I mean, it sounds so simple when you put it like that.
We're all composers.
So then the bass sound, she then walks through how to make the bass. So the bass is 2 oscillators. Again, the first one's a sawtooth wave with a bit of a low frequency oscillator added, giving it a kind of like wah sound, like a wah.
Whoa. Yeah. The LFOs do that sort of like, think of dubstep music, that's an LFO.
Yeah. And it's monophonic, so nothing's going to overlap, so it's just one note at a time.
Yeah.
So we'll have a listen to that very first.
Press play on it, William. Get it going. Oh, that's a spicy.
So you can hear that.
Yeah, there you go. That's that LFO doing that.
That's the one.
Cool, that is a dirty bass line, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's going to get dirtier. So,
Oh no! I'm excited. I've come
second
closer to you,
oscillator-
William.
come here, there.
Oh.
The second oscillator is a sine wave, so with a bit of a square wave mixed in to add some clarity. So now it's
So,
not gonna be
is the shape of the wave making it sound dirtier?
Yes, like it will be sharper. Like a sine wave's gonna be nice and smooth, but you add a square wave and it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Can't do squares in here, but you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. You could get out a pen, William, and draw one.
I could do, but I've still got your bloody marks on the screen. I'm not going to play around with those pens.
All right, then, fine.
So yeah, this is the second one. So it's a sine wave with a bit of a square wave mixed in to add some. This should make it sound clearer. Well, it will do when they're added together. That's the idea.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You can hear that's a lot rounder.
Yeah.
You can hear the roundness of that.
So now this next one is going to be both of them added together. And you get some real nice warmth in there.
When that goes down in the LFO, it sounds round, and then when it comes out of that peak, it's more like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now, to make it a bit more like lo-fi sounding, they're going to add a noise filter to add a tape hiss sound to it.
Okay, so this is just adding like a hiss.
And you can really hear the tape hiss.
So that's literally just a white noise generator being added to that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they're going to add some. They're going to add bit crunch to make it sound even more degraded.
Oh,
more
you've got to add bit crush. Well, not too much difference in that sound, personally. I think because you're already using synth square waves. It's kind of crushed as it is.
Yeah.
What's now, William? What's being added?
Some reverb.
Oh, okay. And then are we adding delay to it at the end?
We're not, no, because add delay to bass, I think it gets way too...
Yeah, it would be too messy.
Bass is
Yeah,
meant to
too
keep
busy.
everything.
Yeah.
So we're going to add a bit of chorus now.
Okay. Ah, yeah, that makes it sound a lot more gamey, doesn't it? It kind of adds a Doom feel to it, that chorus.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Sci-fi.
And then finally, they're just going to EQ it to boost the bass.
Because it is bass after all.
Now it's a bit more boomy.
Yeah.
Full.
Yeah. 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 Okay, cool.
Oh, and then we're playing
Oh
again.
no, not again!
Oh no. So that's how she made the bass. But I really like this is the stuff I think every composer should do. They should... They don't have to, I suppose. It's just nice if they did. Like, this is how I made it. This is how I do
This
it.
is why we need to interview people, William, so we can eke this information out of them.
Yeah.
Give us your stems, we can shout in their face as they decline our...
Talking about stems, I was going to save this to the very end.
Have you been
but
growing some plants?
No. Talking about stems, so all the sound for Celeste was made using Fmod. So you got your two middlewares, you've got Fmod and Wise. They're your two...
I didn't know this.
Okay, so in games, instead of having to build your own audio engine, which obviously we talked to Denevere and people and they have done that, instead of having to do that, you can use middleware. So it sits in between the game engine and the composer, basically. So
okay, cool.
You can implement all your sounds into the middleware, and then that can go into the game. So you control everything through some really nice middleware. So because
the example that I showed of when it goes underwater, would that be part of the game engine then?
So the game engine would be telling the middleware, it would be sending a signal to the middleware saying, we're underwater now. And the middleware would go,
add
cool,
an EQ.
I know what to do with that.
Yeah, I need to add this EQ to it.
Yeah, so the composer or like audio engineer maybe, but the composer a lot of the time will go, okay, I know what to do with that. And in the middleware can say, right, do this with the EQ. My tangent was, all right, on this bit, is that they're using Fmod and they've actually released, and they've got a guide on everything, they've released, you can download Fmod for free and play around with it, and it's got all of the sounds of Celeste in there, so you can learn how it's got a demo of Celeste and how they implemented it into there.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I'll put a link into the show notes so people can go and have a play with it and learn how to do, I suppose that would be sound implementation, so how to put the music and put the audio into the game.
Yeah, cool.
So that was brilliant. Nice little tangent there.
Yeah. Play the next bit. What we got? Lead.
All right. so this is how they made the lead. So, on the lead one, you got the first oscillator for the lead. It's up an octave, and it's a sine wave, and it's got a bit of a square wave mixed in.
Okay.
So, we'll play that quick.
Sounds like a Game Boy.
Sounds like a Game Boy, yep. So it's just a sine wave. That's it, with a little bit of a square wave. So nice and simple. The second oscillator is just a sine wave, but back down the octave. So that one's going to sound exactly the same, but down an octave. And then the third one, so I'll let it play into the third one, is going to be an oscillator, is a square wave pitched down an octave, again to add more texture to the sound. So
okay. So it's similar to the first one. It's kind of layering the spectrum of the audio so that it sits everywhere in the mix.
Exactly, yep. So this is the third one. This is a square wave.
So nostalgic. Such a nostalgic sound.
And then this is all three of them added together.
Yeah.
Then they're going to add the tape sound again. So you can hear that hissing.
That just sounds like compression.
Then they're going to add the bit crusher.
Again, a bit crusher is compression, but like, yeah, I don't think that added much personally. But I mean, it's all about.
It just makes it sound a lot more just analog.
Yeah.
Makes it sound shit, basically, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Right, so they've got the noise filter, they've got the tape sound on there again, they've got the bit crusher, so now they're going to add delay onto there. So again, the melody was written with delay in mind so that nothing clashes when it overlaps again. So let's add the delay. Now I can see you nodding your head.
Yeah, because it's adding a tempo.
And now we've got the reverb. And finally, they're just going to EQ it. So it doesn't sound all muddy.
Yeah. So does that mean that those 3 tracks we just listened to are the entirety of the song?
That's the track. The real track is 9 minutes long. So there's loads more to it, but they're the 3 main bits. I think if you go to the Medium post, that I'll again link in the show notes, I think there is another bit in it that she might explain, like how she did just some of the pads or something in there. I think there might be one more.
Shall we have a listen to it all mixed together, William?
All right, well, we shall have a try.
Let's have a little taste of the full recipe.
So this is going to be a nice little 30-second clip, and hopefully you'll hear some of the stuff that we just listened to there. But it is a 9-minute track, so...
I'm going to dance, William.
All right. So you can hear the delay in there. Oh, she's got drums in as well. That's another big factor. Drums and piano.
Oh yeah, you've got those. Do you know what they sound like? That sounds like In a Heartbeat from the 28 Days Later soundtrack.
Yeah?
Yeah, do you know that song?
I would do it if I listened to it. I know that kind of thing.
It's it's that kind of like dun 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 dun. Yeah.
Yeah, so in there
I think that building of that chord progression, that sort of thing that builds up and 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 up, it gives the game the tension, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
And climbing as well, obviously. If the scales are going, then you're going upwards.
Yeah.
You know, if she was climbing down a mountain, it might have gone.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. The fact that she put in like the time to explain to her fans, this is how I made it. There you go. She told them
it
what
deserves the awards.
It does. It's amazing. She's amazing. It sounds good. The game's good. It's fucking difficult. You will hate it and you'll hate yourself. But
go out there and buy it.
Shall we take the viewers to a different environment?
Oh, let's go somewhere else, William. Let's go on a journey. Oh, I'm so excited. I might get out the selfie cam. I'm going to get out the selfie cam, William.
All right. Where should we go first? Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Come on, we're going. Come on. I want to go... Let's go to the campfire. Oh, we're going. We're in a campfire. Hello. Look, where's William? Where are you? What are you doing over there? You scared me.
I'm here. Sure.
I just wanted to show viewers my favourite thing about this app is the way the light displays on everything around. So when there's a video playing, can you see the way that, look, up there, the trees are kind of like blue because it's blue on the screen. We need a lot to happen on the screen, really. Look, can you see how like the green of it bounces off of the walls and stuff? And maybe you have to be here. Maybe it's. Look, you can see though. Look, it's so fantastic. It adds so much to it.
If you look,
Take us somewhere else,
Lloyd. Look up at the trees up there. That's what's really showing it. So what? Let's go to a cinema, shall we? Cinemas are the ones with the dimmed lighting. They're really cool. So you really liked what cinema? You like the Grand Cinema?
Okay. Huh? I like all of it, William. I like every single bit about it.
So this is amazing. This is what I love.
We're in the cinema. Look, and I can go down there, look. I'm on the front row. Hey, William. William?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to find where my camera's all the way up in the sky.
You just press restart reset one of the views. Obviously, you'd have technical difficulties, wouldn't you?
Of course I would.
Bloody noob.
Oh, that's up there.
But look, you can see with the seats that, look at what the lighting does. It's like I'm in a cinema. Ah. We haven't even mentioned what we look like. Little boys. Look at me. I look like I'm about 4 years old. And I'm thinner now. William doesn't look like a geography teacher in this app. He looks like a cool dude.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Wait, let me go over there. Look at him.
But yeah,
Right.
this is the cinema, and it's awesome.
This is a.
So this is going to be an extra bit for people. For people watching, this will be extra. The people listening won't hear any of this stuff.
Oh, this means nothing to you, nothing whatsoever. I don't know what way I'm facing. Oh, I'm facing the right way. Right. So, are we leaving now? We're going to do the outro.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going somewhere else. Where are we now, William? Oh, look, it's a little home cinema.
This one's really
Look at that.
cozy. I like this.
Well, this one's got a Nez on the floor. I like that.
Remote.
In fact, I tell you what, I started to watch the film in this one, but got too distracted by the Nez. I was like, that's in the way. I don't want to see that. Look at me.
There we go. Now I've got my camera back finally. So all of that bit, I'll have to be using your stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really like they've done it so well. I think the lighting is the main thing. So you can see on the ceiling that it's that's all nice and light. You've got the pink going on the ceiling there, but then it's like darker over there. It's amazing.
It's so good. It's amazing. Right, let's do the outro.
Thanks for listening to us this week on ComposerCast. Make sure to visit our website, composercast.co.uk. You can hear previous episodes. You can hear me and Lloyd chatting. You can check out all the show notes. You can see us... No, I'm trying to high-five you then, but I can't. I think it's because your hand's closed. There we go. You can see us high-fiving. And if you enjoyed the show, be sure to tell a friend. Lloyd, tell a friend, eh?
Tell a friend, yeah? 6 degrees of separation. If you tell one friend, that friend will tell a friend, and then they'll tell a friend, and then they'll get back to you and they'll go, I didn't enjoy it, mate. I'm really sorry.
It's like the whole COVID thing, but nicer, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit nicer. Yeah. Not too much nicer.
So tell a friend, rate and review us on iTunes, and you can follow us on. We are at ComposerCast. We're on Twitter and we're on Instagram. And if you're a fan and you want to support the show, then head on over to patreon.com/ComposerCast. And you can go support us on there. There's benefits. We've just set up a Discord server, so you can come on there and
chat directly to me. Like literally, it comes like straight to my phone.
There you go. And you can berate him or tell him he's amazing. Just don't do that too much. You get ideas.
Berate William more than me, please. I prefer that.
That's all right. I can take it. I'm fine.
Shout out to Fen and Adrian, who have already talked to us on Discord, and also. I am going to dedicate this episode, by the way. I didn't tell you this, but I'm going to dedicate it to my bloody good friend James, who has just kind of got out of hospital. So this one's for you, James. I love you, and don't get ill again, you stupid little wetbag.
There you go.
Take it easy, everyone. Have a good day. I want to give a thumbs up. Why? It's not giving... There it is. Are you struggling as well, William?
Yeah, I can't do the thumbs up aren't working. Never mind. Thanks for listening.
Hey!